What is Battle Court Jai Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a Karen Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
mate. Did it
he
again.
Made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Sherry, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point
win.
Set and match.
Point set and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai Alai.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jai Alai. Live from Jam Arena. Tonight's game day will feature the Devils and Chargers. And with that, I'd like to welcome everybody back to another edition of the Spring 26 Battle Court season. I'm Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring tonight's contest between the Devils and Chargers. Stu, how you doing?
Andrew, I am doing great. And that subject we were just talking about makes me very, very excited.
Well, we got 4 singles on the slate tonight, 2 doubles, beginning here with some singles action. Division 2, Benny and Iturbide. Going to get us started here, the former Chargers teammates, right here in Division 2.
Benny serves. Our first match is underway. Benny eyes on the rebote. Catch by Iturbide. 2-all by Iturbide scores. Iturbide first up on the board in this game day.
Well, these two have played against each other numerous times in both singles and doubles. Last season, Benny got his first win over Iturbide, and it was in straight sets. Now, Iturbide this year has been one of the hottest players to begin the spring 26 season, and it's with shots like that. I mean, the Costado's been the biggest weapon for him. He wastes no time throwing one early, and it scores. Whoa, what a serve.
Benny stops what appeared to be an ace, throws it back. Iturbide at the sidewall, back to the inside. That will score. Second point for Iturbide of the Chargers. He serves. Man, what a serve and what a catch by Benny.
Well, he got way up there on the right side trying to control that serve. Did a nice job, but again, can't get a lot of power on the next throw. Iturbide attacking, and again, this is going to be the game plan. Benny knows he's got to stop it and limit those Costado opportunities, but in singles, it's way more difficult to play Iturbide than maybe in doubles.
But also with this ace, let's see if he goes for another one.
Yeah, especially early on. Let's see how much this one bounces up and crosses deep. Not easy.
That's a fine catch and return by Benny. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand by Iturbide. Does not pass. Benny stops it. Here's the backhand. Forehand rebote. 2 pass. It does. Benny will keep it on the right side from the 6th line. Sends it back. Chick-chack scores. Beautifully thrown by Benny. He gets his first point and the serve.
Well, Benny's been adding a little bit of offense to his game. I mean, he's playing in Division 5 doubles alongside Rock. We'll actually be seeing that team a little bit later in the game day. But Benny's been gaining that front court experience and gaining confidence with his shot making. And you can see it here. Doesn't go to the Costado, but comfortable killing it in the backcourt. The chick-jack gets him on the board.
Fault, over serve. Second serve must be good. Absolutely. The Costados that he was throwing the other day, you know, Benny really seeming to be as comfortable as anyone on this court. Here's the backhand by Iturbide. He goes powerfully, wall to wall. Rebote coming out. Iturbide on the catch. Benny to the inside. He stops it at the 7. Backhand. Benny eyes on the ball. Catch in the air at the 8 line. Little clip. Excellent save by Iturbide. Here's Benny. Looking for another chick-chack. This one comes out at the side wall. Iturbide makes the play. Bote save before the second bounce. Iturbide's on it. 1-2-all scores. Well done. Third point for Iturbide. See, I try to get a little cute with the announcing. Well done. Yeah, I don't stutter.
It's all right, Stu. You got to mix it up. You got to spice it up sometimes. But look, the Costado to the inside thrown by Iturbide gives Benny a chance here. I think you're going to see the 2-all actually that opens up nicely, but a little bit earlier in the point, Iturbide was not able to convert with the Costado, and then he's like, look, I got the 2-all. It's been opening up nicely. No need to risk it, and opens it up and gets that third point on the board.
When your opponent's on the floor, that's when it's time. Rebote forehand by Iturbide. That's out of play. Second point for Benny and the Devils. He serves.
Yeah, that Rebote just escaping pretty wide outside of Iturbide's basket and landing up above the cage.
I feel like I say high and outside, that's a little too baseball-y.
Yeah. But look, with this start from Benny, you know, Iturbide's only thrown shots to score, and Benny's got 2 up there on the board. He's beaten him last year. He knows that he can do it. It's just a matter of sticking to the game plan and, again, taking the opportunities when they come to you and not forcing anything. It's just as bad as making a poor throw.
Here's the forehand by Benny, cut off by Iturbide. Benny, good positioning, throws to a light touch. Iturbide gets there. Karam will score. Well done by Iturbide. He has a 4th point and the serve here in our first set.
Yeah, Benny tries to turn a defensive rebote into an offensive one. Gets it to open up, but really not as much as you like to see. If the defending player gets to this ball in the middle of the wood, you want it more to the outside. That Iturbide makes him pay with the carom. So many options when you're outside, and you can just blast it back in, throw a drop shot, and with Benny hanging deep, the carom scores. 4-2.
That was impeccable positioning by Iturbide. There's the backhand by Benny. Rebote. Benny's on it. Lines up. 1, 2 all. Will score. 3 points for Benny and the Devils. Benny serves.
Look, if you're going to throw the costado to the inside, you have to make sure that you have a lot of space. Based on the way that ball is spinning, because Iturbide threw one earlier, it stays more to the middle of the court when you throw it to the inside. So it's really hard to get it right along the side wall. Benny just chooses the 2-all there, and you see Iturbide has to commit and didn't choose the right way.
But also the fact that that Benny is as confident as he is.
Yeah, and with the limited number of opportunities you're going to get in a match of this level, that's
Ball.
an overserve.
Overserve. Go on.
I think the costado to the inside is lost its value, and it's lost a lot of value here overall at Jam Arena. Because now you can pass and kill it in the backcourt. You can throw a drop shot.
Right.
There's really no need to go inside right along the sidewall. Just send it high, and you can force a difficult rebote.
Powerful backhand by Iturbide. Rebote for Benny. Benny, 2-all rebote.
There it is.
Allan's in and scores. 4-4 is the score. Benny has the serve. Well, Benny certainly has come back quickly here.
Yeah, Benny's a smart player. I mean, he knows he's not going to have time to rally with Iturbide because he's a quick shooter, and he's going to score at a high rate. So what does he do off the rebote? Turns another one into an offensive shot, ties it up at 4-4. And if Benny gets hot with the 2
really well, because the closer you are to that side wall, the more difficult it is to throw.
Yeah, Benny can get hot too. I mean, Iturbide known for it, but Benny's developing it nicely.
That catch made along the wall beautifully by Benny. Hard backhand follows a rebote forehand. Caught by Benny at the 7 line. Here's the backhand. Benny moving up, has a tip ball. That's a 5th point and possible set for Iturbide of the Chargers. There was nothing easy about the catch, but somewhere in the back of my head, Benny had a shot in the back of his head.
Well, absolutely. And got to give Iturbide credit, too, because he gets a lot on this forehand rebote and crosses the side wall, which makes that catch infinitely more difficult for Benny. I mean, in the air, he handles and throws a costado. Probably could score with it and take a 5-4 lead. Instead, you just don't know what angle it's coming off the side wall, and you might get a few misses.
There's the backhand by Benny. Powerfully thrown. Dropping on the back wall. Benny advances, makes the catch. Iturbide takes it in the air.
Yeah.
Juggling ruled on the catch of Iturbide. 5-5, set point.
Yeah. It wasn't a big juggle, but I just saw the ball by Iturbide's hand, and typically that's a sign that the ball popped out at some point.
As we said, we like to remind people it can roll as
Yes.
long as it doesn't, it can roll all the way up into the hand as long as it doesn't lose contact with the surface of the cesta. Rebote for Benny.
Yeah,
2-all.
got it. Huh?
Will score. Point. And a hard-fought set for Benny of the Devils. 2 minutes go on the board. Will come out. Her second set.
Really great playing there by Benny. You know, wasn't rattled by the hot start from Iturbide. You know he's going to get his and make his shots. But in the end, he stuck with it, threw a couple good 2-walls of his own. And how about that one at 5-5? Again, off the rebote, which is a little more complicated than catching it in the air. That was just perfect. Benny takes it 6-5.
That was really well done. Here we are in the player's cage. You see Aratz, who is the captain of the Devils. Remember when Aratz and Benny were the youngest guys on the roster?
Yeah. Now they're playing against the youngest guy today. He's on the Chargers. That's Eggy. Hard to believe. But a big singles day today, as we said at the top of the broadcast. We'll give you that full slate right now. Coming up next will be Division 5 singles with Kubala against Eggy. Eggy is subbing for Robin, who is out today with an injury. So after that, we'll go to Division 5 doubles. That'll be Benny and Rock against Eggy and Julin. Then back to singles for 2 more. First, we'll see Aratz against Zuleika. Then Benetrix against Julin. And the finale tonight, Division 1 doubles, Echeverry and Aratz against Zuleika and Amigarena. Again, those will be the 6 matches in order tonight. After a first set of our first match right here between Benny and Iturbide. Benny, as always, fueling up. I didn't see it, but he always goes for the banana, so I'm going to assume it's a banana.
It definitely was a banana,
Okay,
and I was
good.
curious to see if, since, he no longer plays with Zuleika, if that's frowned on.
That was a Chargers thing back in the day, the whole
100%.
banana.
Zuleika was the first one that ever saw basically getting those electrolytes directly from the fruit.
Potassium, electrolytes, it's all important, Stu. That's why we got this drink right here. So one thing I was going to tell you, so I was watching some basketball yesterday. It's March
You only
Madness
got 6
season.
seconds, so is this good?
Well, I was going to say, you know how in basketball when a player falls down on the court, they have like the squeegee men that come out with a little mop?
Yeah.
I know you mop the court. Would it make sense to keep that mop right by the cage so we didn't have to like run and get a towel and waste a minute every time?
For me to use it?
No, not you. It would just be there for a player on one of these 2 teams to use and get it quickly, and then we can continue play.
Andrew, you're brilliant. I knew there's a reason why they hired you. We'll
You
get
know
that
what,
taken
Stu?
care of. There's a serve. Our second set has begun with a first fault. That's an overserve.
So we're getting word there is a mop by the cage?
Yes.
Why don't we use it?
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Here's the backhand by Benny. Rotate coming out. There's actually a really good reason, just so you know. Robote forehand by Iturbide. Scoop. Tipped. First point of the second set goes to Benny of the Devils.
And Iturbide's committed to the front court there, and he's looking to take a ball in the air. Benny does a nice job of dropping one at his feet and forcing a difficult scoop. Look, Iturbide can make it. He's probably looking for a shot afterwards, but that catch is no gimme. Gets Benny the first point of set number 2. Love Benny's aggressiveness, though, and his general strategy throughout this match has been to throw the first shot, and that's what you have to do against this high-level competition, especially these front quarters.
Benny keeps Robote inside. 2-all by Iturbide scores. We're tied up by 1 in the second set. Iturbide serves for the Chargers.
Yeah, I can imagine this second set, you're just going to see who gets the best opportunity first in the point, and that's who's probably going to win it, and it's Iturbide this time. Benny lays up a Robote. He's up in the middle of the service box and gets Benny to commit the wrong way. The 2-all scores.
Here's the backhand by Benny off a good serve by Iturbide. That rotates to the inside. Benny moves up, takes it on the bounce. Iturbide from the 9 line, backhand. Robote, light touch. Iturbide gets it before the second bounce. Drop shot. That scores. Beautifully thrown by Iturbide. Iturbide has 2 points and the serve.
And Benny took off for that one, too. Iturbide needed every bit of this drop shot, and it was a good one. 2-wall.
Really well executed here.
Yeah, you want to see it open up a little bit more than that. I mean, he's middle of the court. There's a drop shot return and just above the pad. It's dead by the 2 line.
That's what you want. I should own that. That's what I like to see.
And as do I. But we'll see if that will deter Benny at all, too, because that was not a very good attempt on the 2-wall. He's been throwing it well today, but still probably his best chance to beat Iturbide is staying aggressive and trying to make that shot.
Iturbide commits to the back court. Benny from the 9 line. He passes. Robote, forehand by Iturbide. Benny's there, winding up. 2-all is out. A 3rd point for Iturbide in the 2nd set. He serves.
And it gets increasingly more difficult to throw these 2-walls. Number one, Iturbide is getting a read on it, and he knows that Benny's looking more 2-wall than inside, so he's kind of shading that way. And he tries to push it a little closer to the boundary line because of it. And you see game of inches and just a little bit wide that time. Iturbide's opened up the lead to 2.
Here's Benny on the backhand. High and inside. Robote forehand by Iturbide. Benny's there. Backhand from the 6. Benny on the left side.
Get down.
2-all is
boy.
out.
Just exploded.
A 4th point for Iturbide. He serves. Don't know if Iturbide's stutter step didn't throw Benny off just slightly, because you always have, sorry, not always, but generally you have your opponent in your periphery even when you're throwing the shot. Whether or not you're paying attention, that depends upon the player, because sometimes it could be distracting, but it looked like Iturbide was moving quickly to the outside when it was really a stutter step.
Yeah,
Either that or, Benny just missed.
It was some wicked spin off the front wall, too. I mean, that was nasty. Opened up wide and off the court.
Yeah,
even Iturbide was a little surprised, too, his reaction afterwards.
Here's Benny on the catch. Backhand from the 8 line. Stays inside to the corner. Robote forehand. Caught by Benny. Iturbide at the side wall. Fine catch. Robote by Benny. Catch by Iturbide.
Oh,
Iturbide to the outside. That scores. 5 points for Iturbide in the 2nd set. Possible set point.
Well, another good illustration of which way the ball moves thrown from the costado, right? That one is a costado to the inside. It ended up coming kind of on the split placement line. Look at this. I mean, this is not at all where Iturbide wanted to throw. I mean, it's one of those cases where it's actually so poorly thrown that it's good. Because Benny was moving to the inside, and that went all the way around him to the forehand. But 5-1, Iturbide looking to take this 2nd set, force a 3rd one in our opening match.
Here's the catch by Benny. Backhand. Iturbide's there. Benny on the backhand. Robote forehand by Iturbide. 2-all scores. A 2nd point for Benny. He serves.
And look, after yesterday, we saw no lead is safe. Our first 5-0 comeback yesterday, and Benny down now 5-2. And I think in singles, you can see some pretty dramatic runs. A guy can get hot, pressure starts to mount for the opponent, and Benny very capable of here. But Iturbide coming to this one as a favorite. He's looking to push it to set 3.
Powerful backhand. Benny commits to the backcourt. Iturbide from the 9 line. Robote forehand. Up high. Too high. Point and set 2. Iturbide. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back and play a 3rd and final set.
And unfortunately, it looks like he hit that beautiful camera we had in the middle of the front wall. I hope that camera's okay, because that was a beautiful view we saw yesterday for the first time.
Did he?
Up above?
No,
look at this, Stu. I think it did. Unless I'm seeing things. Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Let's see.
Oh, it did. Oh, Benny. That's expensive,
right.
man.
It did.
He better win this match.
Wow.
Wow. Kids these days, huh, Stu? No respect for the equipment.
Well, no, I'm just constantly afraid that they're going to, give up on that and go with that announcer's
Oh.
cam that they've been talking about for 4 years.
The potato cam back here. Yeah, we don't we don't need that one.
Anyway, back to the cage. There's Rotz. And
Rotz and Etcheberry there. And coming up next, we do have Division 5 singles with Kubala and Eggy. So Eggy will be making his singles debut right here after this match. So excited for that one. Eggy subbing for Robin there. Only 2 doubles on the slate, and you think about the construction of this Devils team, I mean, really made more for doubles at the end of the day. Their number 1 and number 2 ranked players, Rotz and Benny respectively, are both backquarters.
Yep.
And Divisions 1 and 2 are really dominated by some really strong front quarters. I mean, Division 1, yeah, you have Manu and Nicholas in there, but Division 2 especially, Benny is like the only person that plays backcourt. But then you go down to Division 3, you got Etcheberry playing against mostly backquarters. So far, Etcheberry hasn't won a singles match out at Jam Arena, so looking for him to turn the corner. And then Benetrix in Division 4, he was undefeated last season, so Benetrix is a very strong player, but not an easy matchup tonight against Julin. And then the 2 doubles matches, I mean, yeah, Division 1, Zuleika and Migarena, they've been one of the strongest teams playing against Etcheberry and Rotz, who have one of the weakest records in Division 1. And then Eggy and Julin have already beaten Benny and Rock today, so you look at the slate, you look at some of these matches, and you got to give the edge to the Chargers. And this Devils team is coming off of the same game day format with 4 singles on Friday night. They played the Warriors, and they got crushed. I mean, they lost 4-2, and Rotz beat Douglas, which they weren't expecting. So this is a big spot for these Devils here, and they need Benny to step up and get the first win.
all valid points, Andrew. All valid points. Robote forehand save. Ichibide's on it. 2-all. Opens wide to score. Ichibide will go on the board first here in our third and decisive set. He serves.
Yeah, what a nasty 2-all that was from Ichibide. You can generate spin just with the wrist, right? We talk about that with the picata, the big bounce. And you can also do it on some of these 2-alls. I mean, got that one to open up wide, really turned it over, and just dropped it inside the boundary line.
What a serve, but what a catch. A blind catch overhead by Benny. That catch was just something. I mean, thank goodness for the glass back wall, huh? Robote forehand. Benny's on it with the right side. Karam will score. 1-1. Benny serves.
Well, after a couple of Costado 2-alls thrown from the left side weren't really working for Benny, he goes to the right side and has killed 2 very effectively. One to end the second set, and then one here early in set number 3.
I wouldn't take anything away from Ichibide's serve before. That was just spot on beautiful. But Benny's catching, the fact that he controlled it, impressive. Here's the backhand by Ichirbide, wall-to-wall from the left side. Robote coming out. Difficult catch made on the left side of Ichirbide. Benny passes on the Robote. Ichirbide on the run. He makes a save. Benny makes the catch. Oh, what a catch on the left side of Ichirbide.
Like that throw right there just totally flips this entire point. Benny had the advantage, and now he's going to send it out of play.
It's a point for Ichirbide. He leads 2-1 in the third set.
And there's so many throws and sequences like that throughout the game day. It's just one guy either misses a throw or one guy makes a great play to keep him in it, and that's Ichirbide's one-handed catch overhead. I mean, Benny, he's got to pass. I mean, worst case scenario, Ichirbide's playing the Robote, but he can't let him catch it in the air and then flip the momentum back to his favor. I mean, one throw, and Ichirbide takes the second point.
And defensively, Ichirbide knows everything that you're saying.
Right. And he read that perfectly. I mean, he got back there and he made a tough catch.
Robote from the forehand of Ichirbide is caught by Benny. Benny on the backhand. Two-all.
Oh.
Lands in and scores. Beautifully executed by Benny. We're tied up 2-2 That was nice.
Yeah, and throughout the season, Benny's gotten outpaced in terms of winners. He's only thrown 18, and he's given up 24 from his opponents. So, if he can start to throw it like this a little more consistently, it'd be a great sign for his Division 5 doubles. This is actually Benny's 5th and final singles match of the year, so he's done after this. Just the 1-3 through his first 4.
Fault, overserve. Second serve must be good.
And Iturbide, this is only his second match, so he's got more than half of his season remaining, even after tonight.
Here's the backhand by Iturbide, wall to wall. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Benny. And went up, hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Third point for Iturbide of the Chargers. He serves.
Yeah, it's one of those you really don't want to lay it up in the middle of the court and allow Iturbide to attack. So you send it up high, you try to pass him and clear the screen, but just catches a little piece of it and you end up giving it away. Tough serve.
Another excellent catch off a great serve by Iturbide. Iturbide fine catch at the side wall. Goes to the outside scoop by Benny. Long cortada caught the pad. A 4th point for Iturbide of the Chargers. He serves. There was a rule, not like a formal rule, but just one of those things. No cortadas in singles. Going way back to like full long court, stuff.
Yeah, I have a rule too. No cortadas in the pad.
Well, yesterday you established that anybody who throws the ball in the pad should not have a contract next season. Excellent catch again by Benny. You were running a little hot yesterday. Scoop by Benny. Here's the backhand.
The point being, has a cortada ever scored because it was 1 inch lower? But you give up so many points, and there's a 2-all.
Beautiful 2-all by Iturbide gets him to 5 points and a possible match point.
Yeah, but there's a point of diminishing return on the 2-all. I know this is like a finance term or an accounting term. I don't know anything about it, but most of my family does. And that's what they tell you. It doesn't give you any more. Throw it 4 inches above the pad. Safety first. Get it there, and don't give one away. And now, look, Iturbide's got the next point. It's 5-2, and tough deficit to overcome here against one of the best shot makers in battle court.
Powerful backhand by Benny. Here's Iturbide from the 9 line to the inside. Robote. Robote forehand by Benny looking to pass. Iturbide commits to the backcourt and makes the play. That rebound off the back wall to the left side of Benny. Tries to get a bounce. He does. Iturbide's there. Robote forehand by Benny. Iturbide's on it. 1-2-all scores. Point, set, and match for Iturbide of the Chargers.
He dropped the first set, but Iturbide comes right back and sets 2 and 3, 6-2, 6-2 to take the opening match of the game day. Chargers on the board first, 1-0 lead as we head over to Division 5 singles. Kubala will take on Eggy.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Highlight League. The crown is yours.
Take a look at that game day score here. 1-0 in favor of the Chargers, courtesy of Iturbide, improving now to 2-0 in singles. Iturbide over in the cage, ready to go after that win. Congratulations, Iturbide. Great playing out there. How did you feel about the way you played against Benny?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. The important is win, and that's it. This is the key.
Awesome, Iturbide. Well, a great start for your team. 1-0 on the game day. Good luck in your next match. Thank you.
Let's go.
Perfect. Congratulations.
And guess what? I jumped the gun there, Stu. That is, these singles days kind of trip me up, but that is Iturbide's one and only match. So apologies. Iturbide done for the day, but hey, 1-0. He got his job done. All right, up next, we'll go to Division 5 singles, where Kubala will take on Egi here in Egi's first professional singles match.
Now, that is because he plays in he's a 6th division player?
Correct. So
6th division players don't play, folks, I should know the rules.
No, you got it, Stu. Keep it, yeah.
So 6th division players don't play singles.
Correct.
But because Robin is scratched, he's stepping up because he's a lower ranked player and they can do that.
Exactly right, Stu.
Okay.
You nailed it. Kubala last season was a dominant force in singles in Division 5. His 4-1 record was the tops of this group, but so far it's been a little bit of a struggle for him here at Jam Arena. Kubala's 0-2, so already more losses than he had all last season. And again, for Egi, just really don't know what you're going to get.
No, you have no idea. This is the first time. I mean, I've seen him in singles practice. I haven't seen him in singles play, keeping points.
Yeah, and thing to note, too, I mean, Egi started off so hot. I mean, he won, like, his first 4 matches. A little bit of a cold spell here. He's lost, I think, 4 in a row in doubles. But, again, very athletic, very rangy. And this is going to be a tough matchup for Kubala. We've seen Egi do some damage up in the front court. And this is a front quarter against a back quarter in singles. But experience, we'll see what prevails here. It looks like Kubala, yeah, we'll be Kubala with the serve here. And we'll begin match 2.
I see folks paying attention to my hand gestures in the back there.
Yeah, you got it.
We just got everything straight. Who serves? The other guy. Kubala serves. We begin. Egi, powerful backhand, low runner. Scooped up by Kubala. Egi will take that in the air. Powerful backhand. Wall to wall. Egi on the catch. Over the top to the inside. That is brought in by Kubala. Here's the carom. Egi gets out there, makes a stop. Hard throw on the return. Kubala's there. Oh! Ball missed. First point of this match goes to Egi of the Chargers. He serves.
Well, the thing that stuck out to me in that point was power. I mean, Egi's got a whole bunch of it in that frame, and he can pass here in singles a little easier than Kubala. That's going to be a huge advantage. I mean, such a premium on passing in singles, too, as you've alluded to. And I mean, especially at this division, I mean, that could be all it takes, but Kubala's going to throw some shots. His first attempt wasn't a great one.
Here's a catch by Kubala. Goes back. Egi keeps it on the left side. Backhand thrown powerfully. Rebote by Kubala. Light touch. Egi's there. Egi from the costado. That lands in and scores. A second point for Egi. He serves. There's a certain wild quality to like how he's moving about the court that Kubala, who's positioning and catching, is really, really good. I mean, it's just Kubala hasn't faced it before.
Right. I was going to say, how do you read that? I mean,
No, yeah, exactly. That's an ace. 3 points for Egi.
and again, going with that high bounce serve, too. I mean, Kubala has to go way up high for it. Doesn't want it to cross the side wall, which would have made it a difficult catch.
Fine catch by Kubala. Here's the backhand. Egi takes it in the air. Rebote 2-all with a light touch. Drops in. Caught by Egi. Karam by Egi on the return will score. That is a fourth point for Egi. He serves. Egi moves around the court he's just so fast.
And that's the thing about this matchup that you really kind of like Egi coming into it, is he has kind of all the skills that Kubala really doesn't. I mean, you got the great defensive here, kind of attacking the net. He's got a little more power, and the shots was most important. And Kubala just hasn't thrown them very effectively this season, and when you're not doing it in singles, it's been very hard to outlast your opponent just catching and throwing out on this court.
Here's Kubala on the backhand from the 9 line. Rebote saved by Egi. Kubala moves in, winding up, inside placement.
Yeah, got it.
Scores on the second bounce. Kubala gets a point and the serve for the doubles.
Perfect that time to the inside, and it actually kicked along the side wall too, making it an even longer run for Egi.
Throw the ball where your opponent's not, and that's exactly what Kubala did there.
But again,
I mean, he's up quick. He's ready for a 2-all.
Getting Egi on the back foot, forcing him to rebote. Then Kubala moves up, gets the ball, and throws a shot inside. That's all you have to do, but it starts with the catch here, and he's got it.
Beautiful catch by Kubala. Rebote forehand to the inside. Scoop attempt, missed. A 5th point for Egi. He serves.
And the rebote is a big strength for Egi, too. I mean, consistent with it, but also gets a ton of power. You saw Kubala moving up to try to take it in the air, but it ends up at his feet. And when you commit and you can't catch it in the air, you leave yourself an even more difficult scoop.
Here's the backhand by Kubala. High. Rebote forehand, powerfully thrown. Kubala's there. Fine catch, midcourt. Here's the backhand. Egi committed to the backcourt to make that catch. He tipped it. That's a 2nd point for Kubala. He served.
And even after a miss, Egi's still smiling. I don't think he stopped smiling since he stepped out there on the court. He's excited for this opportunity. He was itching to get out there. He's practiced more than anybody. I mean, we see him almost every game day prior to the start. He's out there. He's playing really well to start off. I mean, 5-2 lead, 1 point away from closing it out.
It's a powerful backhand by Egi and a good catch by Kubala. Egi winding up. Kosavo 2-all.
Oh, my.
Lands in and scores. First set for Egi. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out. Player next set. Well, it's an excellent singles debut there for Egi.
Well, I got to say, look at this one. I mean, tight to the side wall, so difficult to throw it. And look at, I mean, that's, 3-4 inches inside the boundary.
Yeah, just beautifully thrown. Really beautifully thrown. And doesn't seem to have broken a sweat. That's the beauty of being 18. You can do all that and basically not schwitz.
I sweat from the parking lot to my seat. So, yeah.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah.
It's tough.
South Florida.
That's why I got the mic and I'm not out there. What a great debut, though. I mean, and it's still smiling as he goes to the bench. After that set, I got to be honest with you, Stu. How do you counter this, if you're Kubala? Like, he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the rebote. He doesn't necessarily have the shots. His catching hasn't quite been there. If Egi's going to play to this level, it just kind of seems like it's a formality at this point.
No, you never count Kubala out. And I think that everybody who's played with him since 2019 used to have the nickname the Roach.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could never kill him. You could never kill him. Even when it looked like he was down, out of position, whatever, he'd wind up catching the ball. He's had a little bit, more time, more of a difficult time singles-wise adjusting to the court. Doubles-wise, his positioning has been spot on. So, count him out? Never. You never count Kubala.
Let's see if he can turn it around right here. Kubala making his way out to the court. Looks like the second set is about to begin. Up next are one of two doubles matches. Benny and Rock will take on Egi and Julin. Egi playing back-to-back matches here, but again, he is subbing for Robin in singles, so that's why he's you're going to see that.
Egi just pretended like he was kicking the ball. He had been fined for that at one point, and it was his first fine, so he wanted a picture. So there's a picture of he and I in the locker room, me holding the fine, and him with a smile on his face.
Great. That's great.
So he just pretended like he was going to kick it and winked at it. It's like, okay.
It's interesting, too. I mean, there's just not many guys that are here like every single day watching the action, practicing and doing it. And Egi's one of a handful. And you love his enthusiasm for the sport. And if he's taking it that seriously, he's just going to get better and better.
Kubala serves. We begin with the Cortada serve. Big backhand by Egi on the return. Kubala's there. Inside placement. Stopped on the forehand of Egi. Kubala on the catch. Karam. He gets there, stops it. Powerful forehand. Will score on the return. First point of the second set goes to Eggy of the Chargers. He serves.
Had a perfect start there for Eggy again, and honestly, these points haven't lasted very long. Eggy's employing the strategy of trying to end it quickly, using his power to set up these throws, and then taking advantage when he can.
Excellent serve by Eggy. Fine catch and return by Kubala. Eggy on the backhand. Rebote left side with a light touch. That did not have the distance. That fell just short. Eggy with 2 points and the serve for the Chargers. Kubala definitely going for a drop shot rebote from about the 8 line. It's bold. I mean, it's bold, but yeah, try to come up with anything to get some points on the board. Here's Kubala on the backhand. He passes. Rebote left side to the inside. Kubala.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Just off the frame. A third point and the serve for Eggy.
And then when he does set up the point well and pass, there's so much pressure on Kubala to make a play that it just looks like he's thinking a whole lot out there. I mean, his catching is the strength of his game.
We've seen Kubala catch that ball,
right?
What, thousands of times?
Maybe even more.
I hope not.
Just an untimely miss to open up that lead to 3-0. Eggy on cruise control right now. It's a tough serve.
Excellent catch by Kubala. He keeps it inside. Eggy at the side wall. Kubala's there. Backhand. Powerfully thrown by Kubala. Forehand rebote. Kubala takes it in the air. Great catch. Eggy from the 9 line over the top to the inside. Kubala sends it back. He passes and scores. Well done. Kubala's on the board with the point and the serve for the Devils. Passed him through a chick-chack. Well done.
Right. I mean, he finally gets one overhead from the right side and then drops it in the corner where it dies. He's just got to do that a couple more times to get back in this set.
Powerful backhand. Caught by Kubala. Eggy advances all the way up front, drops it inside to score. A 4th point for Eggy. He serves.
That is just so well done by Eggy. I mean, he sells
executed.
the fake. You see Kubala all the way out to the wood, and then has the recognition that he's cleared the space. He can just drop it inside and get this point easily. I mean, look at Kubala takes off the inside placement. I mean, this is stuff that you typically don't see from.
Fault overserve. Second serve must be good.
I was going to say, you typically don't see from a player this inexperienced, but we never had someone that's come in with like this little experience outside of like the first-year guys. And Eggy, the way he's playing today is unlike anything we've ever seen for a player with this little experience. And he's really just dominated Kubala the entire match. I mean,
Rebote forehand, high, mid-court. Kubala's there. Carom by Kubala. Yeah. Caught on the forehand of Eggy. Carom by Eggy caught the top of the pad. That's a 2nd point for Kubala. He serves.
And that's a huge break. I mean, the point is probably going Eggy's way if he just kicks it off the front wall. Instead, I mean, that's a huge swing. Should have been 5-1. Instead, just a 2-point deficit and really giving Kubala his last hope.
Good serve by Kubala. Nice and deep. Low runner to the inside. What a catch by Kubala. That backhand kicked up and hit the overhead screen. Eggy has 5 points and a possible match point.
Well, that's what you typically see when guys are trying to utilize their power to the fullest and giving it a little extra to pass, give it too much wrist, kicks up and out of play. 1 point away from Eggy's first singles win.
There's the backhand. Ball passes. Eggy gets out there. Eyes on the ball. Almost had it. Just misses. 3rd point for Kubala. Kubala will have the serve for the Devils.
Gives him an extra life here. Passing high into the corner. The one thing is, Eggy's kind of been running with the ball as opposed to the positioning is just a little bit off. And again, you're definitely going to see that in your first ever professional singles match. This is a huge court. You don't exactly know where the ball is going to bounce, and he's used to playing front court. This is a much different look for him on top of everything.
Yeah, no, he has everything as far as catching and throwing power. It's just positioning. But he makes up for it by, getting that powerful backhand. Caught by Kubala. Big backhand by Kubala. Bote. Kubala to the inside. Eggy with the catch. Here's the backhand, powerfully thrown. Good catch in return despite the contact. Here's Eggy now from the 6 to the inside. Scoop by Kubala. Catch by Eggy. Eggy powerfully. Another fine catch by Kubala. Here's the backhand by Kubala at the 8 line. Robote forehand. That's going to hit the overhead screen. That is a 4th point for Kubala of the Devils. Still possible match point for Eggy. Kubala serves.
Always hard to close out these matches. We saw it last night. Some pretty significant comebacks. And you noted, Stu, Kubala the Roach, he's a fighter. Tough to kill him. Just like those South Florida Roaches.
100%. Eggy on the backhand, powerfully thrown. Kubala commits to the backcourt. That goes over his head. That is point and a straight set victory for Eggy. Taking it 6-2, 6-4.
His first ever professional singles match, Eggy gets the win in straight sets, knocking off Kubala 6-2, 6-4. Eggy coming right back out here for his next match alongside Julian. They will take on Benny and Rock in Division 5 doubles. Let's take a look at that game day score reflecting back-to-back wins for the Chargers. 2-0 lead on the game day.
And look at those season scores along the bottom.
Yes, Stu. I mean, great point. 4 teams now tied for first place. Some varying game days played amongst those teams. So the Cyclones and Chargers have 8 game days left. The Warriors and Fireballs have 7 game days left. And then those 2 teams with 3 points, Devils and Renegades, they have 8 game days left as well. Let's take a look at some of the replays, though. Very well played, and you just love the aggression from Eggy. He obviously had a game plan, knew what he wanted to do, throwing some shots, move Kubala around, and, a nice variety for someone playing his first ever match. I mean, it's just nice to see. High to pass. Rotate here to 2-all. He's all over it. I mean, stepping on the net. Throws a carom. Two-wall. I mean, this was the best highlight of them all. How about that two-wall?
That was beautifully executed. Just gorgeous. Really well done. Look at that concentration on the catches.
Catch again. Now look at this, moving up on the ball, catching it in the air, and then, another shot, the drop shot to the inside.
Turning around, running to get back into position.
Never allowed Kubala to get comfortable out there. 6-2, 6-4, Eggy takes that straight set victory. Looks like Eggy is over in the cage, ready to go. Let's hear from him after that win. Eggy, congratulations, your first ever singles match out here. How are you feeling going into it?
Thank you very much. This is a progress, and I am very happy. I have a next match, and good sensations.
Yeah, Eggy, for you, was there any game plan or any thoughts going into this match of how you wanted to play against Kubala, or what was the strategy there?
But not as easy, but It's complication. It's my first single match, but play serious and rematar, finish.
Finished it off with the 2 walls. That's exactly
Awesome,
right.
Eggy. Very well done. I know you got another match. Good luck in this match coming up here with Julian.
Thank you very much.
And a great
Thank you very
win.
much.
Nice to see there for Eggy, 1-0 in his singles career. So, doubles coming up next. Division 5, Benny and Rock will take on Eggy and Julian. So, Devils needing a win here. They send out one of their strongest doubles teams. Benny and Rock 3-2 on the season. Same record as Eggy and Julian of the Chargers. These two teams matched up a little bit earlier in the season, back in February. Eggy and Julian won that match in straight sets. However, from that point on, the Chargers, they really started off the season strong. They won their first 3 matches. They've lost their last 2, though, coming into this one. Desperately needing a win here are the Devils. Benny moving up to the front court here in this division. This will be Benny's final match of the day, Rock's only match. We'll see if they can get on the board here. Devils will have the serve.
Benny serves. Our match has begun. Rock from the 10 line. Backhand to the outside. Is out. First point of this match goes to Eggy and Julian of the Chargers. Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Here's the backhand by Rock. Powerfully thrown. Robote. Robote forehand by Eggy. Rock calls for the catch from the 8 line over Eggy's head. What a catch by Eggy at the side wall. Benny's there. Powerful backhand by Benny. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Eggy. Scoop by Benny. Benny goes for the 2-all.
Oh.
Beautifully executed by Benny. That will score. We're tied up 1-1. Benny serves for the Devils.
Well, great to see Benny establish that 2-wall early on. That's only going to complicate things for Eggy up there in the front court. You get a wide range of matchups in Division 5. You can play guys like Lalu, you can play guys like Benny, and then you also have some Division 6 front quarters that are also in this group. This is going to be one of Eggy's toughest matchups. Benny's got the shots, he's got the experience, the positioning. We'll see how he can handle this one coming off a win.
Cortada served by Benny is stopped by Julian. Robote. Benny makes a save. Eggy attacks with the forehand. Hard right side. That scores to the inside. 2 points for Eggy and Julian. Eggy serves.
And Eggy's been consistently throwing that forehand over the top. Look at how he throws it. He goes high, so the front quarter really can't catch it, but then it's crossing the wall as it's coming to the back quarter. It's a very difficult catch. Most guys are going to let that come out to the Robote, and good luck when you do that.
Benny picks the serve. 2-all. That scores. We're tied up 2-2. Benny has a serve for the Devils. That was a
Perfect
beautiful
2-all
2-all
here.
off the serve. This is a hard serve coming in. Benny's committed.
Look at Eggy, too. He's on it the whole way and just kicking himself. He couldn't get there, but that was pretty close, and that's a hell of an effort to even come within a cesta of it.
He got up there quick. Julian from the right side. To the forehand of Rock. Julian calls for the catch. Robote. Left side by Benny. He makes the save. That ball stayed to the inside and scores. A third point for Eggy and Julian. Eggy serves. If you go back and you look at that on slow motion, you'll see Rock was lined up to make that catch, and that ball curved back to the inside. That comes from throwing it hard. Benny picks the serve. 2-all. It's out. A fourth point for Eggy and Julian. Eggy has the serve for the Chargers.
Just like we were saying in singles, it's the same concept. It gets much harder to throw the next 2-all to score. And Eggy's on it, sprinting a little bit harder. Benny sensing that, so pushes it even closer to the boundary, and that was just an inch wide. But there's so many options from the costado here, and if Julian's moving up, we didn't really see there. Let's see where Julian is. Yeah, you saw Julian there charging in. If Benny gets it the next time, he can send it over his head to pass, and that's a very simple way to get a point if you're the Devils.
Julian calls for the catch. Makes it at the 10 line. Hard forehand to the back wall. Rebote forehand by Benny. He's looking to pass. He does. Julian looking for the rebote. On top of the pad. Third point for Benny and Rock. Benny has the serve.
Actually, really all Eggy can do with that rebote, huh? I mean, trying to turn it above his head. Can't get a lot of power on it. It just catches the top part.
Let's see how hard Benny comes with this next serve. He serves one up the middle, caught on the backhand of Julian. Rock is there. Great catch off the sidewall. Big backhand follows to the sidewall. Julian on the return. Into the corner. Rebote forehand. Julian with the catch. Backhand from the 9. Rebote up the middle. Benny looking to get the bounce. Julian steps up to take it in the air. Powerful backhand follows. Rebote coming out. Benny makes a save. He passes. Rebote by Eggy. Catch almost made on the forehand. That's a 5th point for Eggy and Julian. Possible set point.
Yeah, Benny's catch rate.
On that ball so aggressively, just a little too aggressively, and just got by him.
No, and his catch rate this year, I mean, you're used to seeing it around 96, 97%, but yeah, because he's up in the front court in this division, taking a few more chances, I mean, he's way down, closer to 94.
Benny grabs a difficult serve, drops it inside. Before the second bounce, Julian makes the catch. Rock with a hop. Eggy in the backcourt, backhand. Benny, powerful forehand rebote. Julian makes the catch. Benny playing deep from the 8. Low and hard, Julian calls for it. That's a 4th point for Benny and Rock. Benny serves.
Yeah, Julian just frustrated because he called him off and was moving up on it. Again, it's very difficult when you involve the side wall. Changes the spin, it drops down and just right under Julian's basket.
Tough one. Benny was playing very aggressively, also moving to the backcourt to make the play.
Oh,
the ace from Benny gets this to 5-5 in the first set. Set point.
And this would be a miracle win for the Devils here. I mean, it doesn't really feel like they've been in control of this set at all. I mean, Benny's missed more than he's made, and here they are at 5-5 with a chance to still win it. They're already down 2-0. This is a critical point.
Eggy picks the serve low. Inside placement. Benny's on it. Split placement. Will score.
Yeah.
Excellent play by all 4 players. Point and set to Benny and Rock of the Devils. 2 minutes. Come back out. Player next set.
But that's how you got to play this level if you're Benny. You know, take chances. You're going to throw a couple out of play. But if a majority of them score and you have 6 before your opponent gets there, that's really all that matters. And there, the outside placement split them up. Julian got as good of a read as you could hope for, but that is such a tough catch on the move. Devils escape 6-5 with that comeback win, taking the first set of match 3.
Impressive play just overall.
And look, Eggy and Julian started off great. I mean, they won their first 3 matches as a doubles pairing, and all 3 matches were won in straight sets. So we're like, whoa, I mean, maybe this team is going to be undefeated in Division 5, but then kind of regressed a little bit. I mean, the last couple matches against Arta and Gallo, they lost in 3 sets, and then their last match out was against Lalu and Stan, also a 3-set loss. And kind of on the wrong side of that trend here, but you know, they've already beaten this Benny and Rock team earlier in the season. It was in straight sets, and very confident that they can do it again. But on a game day that really kind of favors the Chargers with how strong their singles players are, this is a must-win for the Devils, and they were able to convert late in that set.
Tremendous comeback there by the Devils. By the way, Andrew, I did not answer you earlier about the mop.
Yeah. Please.
I'm obsessive about what mops are used on this court.
Right.
Obsessive.
I know that. Yeah.
Only nice, clean water and mops that have never been touched by a chemical. And people just keep putting these mops wherever. So that mop cannot go out and mop up anything on the court.
Okay. That makes sense.
Unless it's as pure as the driven snow. Period.
If I buy a mop,
You know how many mops I've bought since January? Scott's been yelling at me, what are we doing?
what's the unit price on that? Yeah. All right, second set here, ready to go. We'll be Eggy and Julian with control of the serve here, looking to extend it to a 3rd set.
You will verify that there is a 2 mop panels here that says do not use for anything other than court. Yeah, and they didn't follow directions.
Well, I was thinking maybe you could have one mop that was like the designated mop that you could use to clean up spots, but we would have to get a...
We tried. Let's begin the game. Second set coming up.
Typically when they're talking about mops in a sporting event, it's not exciting, but here we are at 2-0 early in the game day. Sorry, folks. It's one of those...
curling for Schmel. Ball over serve. Second serve must be good. Powerful serve by Eggy. Just a little over the service box. Benny picks the serve. There's the 2-all. Opens up wide and scores. Another beautiful 2-all off the serve by Benny. Benny and Rock first up on the board here. Benny serves. It's funny, I just got the weird feeling that I've said that before on this court.
I think you have. Just a
Not
different...
from this view.
What a perfect 2-all again. You know, the serve has been the best offense for these Devils. Benny's no fear stepping in front of him, and again, not great control from Eggy, just allowing him to continue to beat them on that type of shot.
Beautiful catch by Rock at the 10. Here's the backhand. Julian, deep from the backcourt. Benny calls for the rebote. Plays it up. Eggy's there. 2-all by Eggy. Opens wide to score. 1-1. Eggy serves.
Yeah, that was a good one. And he didn't really show Benny that he was going to throw the 2-all until the last moment. You see here, it looks like he's going inside, and then kicks it off the sidewall, and Benny just can't commit. So many options, and chose wrong.
Benny picks another serve. 2-all.
Yeah.
Is in. 2 points for Benny and Rock at the Devils. Benny serves.
Yeah, and that's perfect for Benny. You know, serve comes right to him again. If he throws a good 2-all, Eggy's getting increasingly closer, but still he's a couple feet away from making the catch outside. And Benny still got some space, converts his second of this set.
You know, if Benny keeps this up, we're going to have to talk to him about a name change. Powerful serve. This one caught by Julian.
Yeah.
That's 2 points for Eggy and Julian, the Chargers. Eggy serves.
Yeah, Rock just a little late to step up that time. You know, Julian's got Benny trapped outside. He goes low with it, and you see he's starting back at the 10. Julian an assassin.
Benny goes to the outside to take this serve, throws a carom. That scores. A 3rd point for Benny and Rock in the second set. So Benny picks one on the right side now. I think Benny's think Benny's looking for serves.
Yeah, he's not letting that ball get by him if he can. And I got no problem with that at all. That's why Benny's out there on this team.
Court,
unless it's next to
court
impossible.
Is smiling.
Yeah. Great play from Benny here, and they got the lead. That's a good serve. Oh, my, what a catch by Julin.
Here's the backhand by Benny, powerfully thrown. Robote. Robote forehand by Eggy. Here's the backhand by Benny. Julin. Long carom. Well thrown by Julin to score. 3-3. Eggy serves for the Chargers.
And that's certainly a throw that Benny would like to have back. I mean, he's got it on the backhand, and he just throws it to Julin. I know he's deep in the corner, but Benny could have easily passed and not even given Julin a shot at it. And that's the best way to win this one. Uh-oh, another 2-all.
That 2-all by Benny scores. Devils have 4 points here in the second set. Benny has the serve.
And Julin broke to the front wall that time. I mean, expecting a drop shot, but you know, we said it every game day, a good 2-all will score out on this court. If you throw it well, you throw it hard, there's nothing the defense can do. And Benny employing that strategy, it's gotten them all 4 of the points. You talk about committing to a game plan. I mean, yeah, but Benny's doing it right here.
100%.
You always love that about Benny. I mean, he'll play that way.
Fault, underserve. Second serve must be good. Then comes back with a Cortada serve.
Oh,
It's a fine catch by Julin down low. Benny from the forehand. Eggy, powerful backhand. Rock's there. Rock from the 9 line to the inside. Julin on the catch. Julin powerfully. Robote coming out. Coming to the sidewall. Benny's there.
Oh,
ball
boy.
tipped in the backcourt. That is a 5th point for Benny and Rock of the Devils, giving them possible set, possible match point.
And Eggy playing way deeper than we're ever used to seeing a 6th division front quarter play.
Julin did call him off, but
Yeah,
that ball was dropping to his
I can
forehand.
imagine that had to be a little bit distracting with Eggy right in his space that's crossing the wall. It's hard to concentrate on everything.
Powerful backhand by Julin. Rock is there. Backhand by Rock. That hit the overhead screen. A 4th point for Eggy, and Julin. Eggy has the serve.
That's where
Real
Rock is
important. I mean, all the points are important, but this important point. Rock on the catch. Here's the backhand. Julin from the right side at the 9 line. Rock is there. Powerful throw by Julin. Benny.
Oh, my.
Behind the 9 line. From the right side, he makes the return. Great catch by Eggy. Rock now from 10 line. Backhand. Julin is there. Powerful forehand. Benny takes it off the sidewall to 7.
Send it over Julin's head.
To the back wall, on the sidewall. Great play by Eggy. Benny chooses to take that on the bounce. Cortada follows. What a catch by Eggy.
Yeah, one hand, too. Like a pop-up slide.
Rock's in there, makes the play. Eggy again. Powerful backhand to the inside. Robote forehand by Benny. Played to pass. Robote
That's
will
it.
score. Point, set, and match in a straight set victory for Benny and Rock, winning it 6-5, 6-4.
And the Devils are on the board. No shutout tonight. They pick up their first win in doubles, Division 5, courtesy of Benny and Rock. Great playing by that team. Up next, 2 singles in a row. First, Division 1, Arats will take on Zuleika.
Real Money Games are live in Florida. Real Money Games are live in Florida! Real money games are live in Florida.
Real money games are live in Florida!
Real money games powered by Pass Motor Racing are now live in Florida. Only on Hard Rock Bet. All you need is $1 to start. Win money your first 24 hours or get a game's bonus back up to $100.
Real money games!
Take a look at that game day score. 2-1 lead for the Chargers, but the Devils are coming off their first win of the day. See if they can carry that momentum over to some singles here with Aratz against Zuleika. Looks like Benny and Rock are over in the cage, ready to go after that win. Let's hear from the winning team of the Devils. Congratulations, guys. Benny and Rock getting your Devils on the board with that first win. Benny, very aggressive, picking the serve. Was that something that you saw in the previous matches, or what was part of that game plan today?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm up there, I'm kind of always looking for the serve, but I think I just got a little lucky today, and Eggy gave me a little more balls in the front than usual.
Yeah, and Rock, I mean, this is a team that got the better of you guys less than a month ago. What was the key to flip that result in your favor today?
I've talked to a couple of my financial advisors. Little Stu is one of them, trying to minimize the right sides.
Call me Little Stu.
And then Nacho also. He said that I'm a backcourter. Backcourters are long-term investors. He was a short-term investor, and he was taking care of it up in the front court.
So, Joey, Benny, is this going to be something we're going to be seeing from you frequently, just picking serves?
Yes. I hope so.
All right, good enough.
I hope I get the chance.
Awesome, guys. Great playing today. First win for the Devils. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look, what he was doing was invented right here. You've heard me say it before.
Little Stu? I'll handle him in the back. I got to go back there. That's messed up.
That is pushing it for
that's
even for Rock. I mean, Rock does a lot. Get away with almost anything, but, hey, Little Stu can write big-ass fines. All right. What's up next, Andrew?
Yeah, we got some singles, Division 1. Some big singles matches here. The top division. Aratz against Zuleika. Aratz this season is 2-1 actually in singles. Aratz is off to his best start in singles at any point in his battle court career. Zuleika this year, he's 2-3. Last season, these two players played 2 matches against each other, and they split. Aratz won the first in 3 sets, and then Zuleika won the rematch a little later in the regular season. So here we are, ready to begin match number 4. The Chargers leading the game day 2-1.
Zuleika just picking up the ball. Thrown over to Aratz. Should be ready to begin. There's the serve by Aratz. This match has begun. Backhand by Zuleika, powerfully thrown wall-to-wall from the left side. Rabote coming out. Catch by Zuleika. Rabote forehand. This one caught by Aratz. Aratz going to go for the 2-all that opens wide and scores. Aratz first on the board here in the singles match. Gets the point and the serve. Aratz looking very much like he did the other night. See if he's going to go for shot after shot from that left side. Powerful backhand by Zuleika. Aratz moves to the 6th line, puts it back inside on the wall. What a catch by Zuleika. Beautifully played. Returns it along the wall. Rabote forehand by Aratz. Scoop by Zuleika. Light touch. Aratz read it. Gets it on the forehand. Drop shot. Zuleika read that. He's not going to get there. Ball took its second bounce just before the underserve line. A second point for Aratz of the Devils.
Well, picking up, really right where he left off on Friday, Stu. I mean, you noted in the first one, it turns into a quick draw battle at this first level. I mean, you have to throw shots. You cannot just be complacent, sit back there and just catch one more. You're going to get burned at times. That can't really deter you. You just got to keep firing. That's what Arats did to beat Douglas. And Arats, again, he's off to his best start. 2-1 in his 3 singles matches played.
Here's a backhand by Zulaika, powerfully thrown. Rotate forehand. Zulaika makes the catch. 2-all. Zulaika was ready for this one. Forehand pass. Gonna land in and score. Perfect placement by Zulaika. He's on the board with a point for the Chargers. He serves. Arats knowing that he had to make that catch that's the only chance he had at that was to make that catch. Good effort.
And look, even though it doesn't score, you know, Zulaika's going to be weary of that shot moving forward now. He knows that Arats is going to throw it. Even off the rebote, he's going to be a threat.
Excellent catch by Arats off the big serve by Zulaika. That forehand took off, touched the overhead screen. That's out of play. A third point for Arats. Of the Devils, he serves.
Again, that's been one of the biggest issues for Zulaika this year. I mean, out of play throws, he's got 6. His opponents have 3. In the pad, 2. He's got 6 of them, and his opponents only with 2. So a lot of unforced errors. But again, he's a shot maker too, so he's willing to give a few away to score some.
Powerful backhand by Arats. Zulaika makes a save. Catch by Arats. 2-all. Zulaika got to it. Returns a Karam to score. Well done. 2 points for Zulaika.
Really impressive catch low coming to Zulaika's right side. You know, that's one that you really have a tendency to juggle. And he scoops it up beautifully just before the second bounce and returns a Karam that scores. You never want to throw the ball to Arats where he can make a play. So, again, always choose 2-0. Don't go inside.
Oh. The ace from forehand of Zulaika ties it up at 3-3. Zulaika serves. That's a perfect serve. I mean, just perfect.
That's what you want with the bounce. Deep part of the service box, bounce it high, and hopefully over your opponent like that.
Another excellent serve by Zulaika. Caught, returned by Arats. Rotate forehand rifled by Zulaika. This one avoiding the overhead screen, going to the outside. Great read.
Oh, what a save.
Just a tremendous read by Arats. Turns it into a kill shot to score. Well done. That's a 4th point for Arats of the Devils. He serves.
Well, this is why I have a pretty low tolerance for complaints about this back wall, because Arats not only read it, but turned it into a winning shot. So for people to complain about the back wall and just throw their hands up, well, you can get out there and make a play like this and actually put a point on the board for yourself and not just frustrate yourself probably for the rest of the match on top of it.
Good point. There's backhand by Zulaika. Rebote coming out. Ball tipped at the side wall. That's a 5th point for Arats. Possible set point.
Really difficult catch and a perfect rebote there. High, crossing the side wall. Doesn't matter the level. You're going to see missed balls.
Here's backhand from Zulaika. Zulaika now from the 8 line to the inside. Powerfully thrown. Rotate forehand by Arats. Well played. Zulaika will take that on the bounce. Karam rifled and scoring. A beautiful shot by Zulaika. He has 4 points and the serve.
He really flirted with the boundary line on that one, but he knows Arats is quick. Karam 2-all thrown from the right side and steps in front of it, lines it up. And Zulaika throws this about as nicely as anybody.
That's just picture perfect. Really nice. The serve earlier and that just textbook. Here's Rotz on the backhand. Rotate forehand. Rotz makes the catch, winds up.
Tough one.
Zulaika takes it on the bounce. Powerful throw. Oh, Rotz is there. Here's the backhand. Rotate. Rotate forehand by Zulaika. Rotz on the catch. Right up the middle. Zulaika's there. He takes it on the bounce. Karam. Rotz reads it, stops it, but cannot hold on. We're at 5-5 in the first set. Set point.
God, Rotz, can't believe it. He was there outside, had it to his forehand, was probably thinking about the shot to end the set, and oh boy. You see, caught it near the tip, it rolls to the hand, and it's the control aspect of the catch. I mean, you just got to take everything and look it into the basket, and boy, that's an untimely miss. 5-5, this is it. Oh,
excellent
boy.
Catch by Rotz off an excellent serve by Zulaika. Rotate forehand to the sidewall. Will score. Point in a hard-fought set for Zulaika of the Chargers. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out. Play our next set.
Yeah, that was a big comeback for Zulaika there, too. You know, felt like Rotz was the one that was more aggressive, throwing a couple more shots, landing a few more. So for Zulaika to come away with a set like that is probably a really good sign moving forward because he hasn't really opened up his game all too much. Can beat you in a variety of ways, and Zulaika is so balanced on both sides. I mean, he's got a beautiful rebote from the right. He can kill you with the costado. He's thrown a couple carams. I mean, it's just, you know, pick your poison. I mean, pick your poison, you know, really, when you're playing against him.
Solid off for the rebote.
I see Iturbide coming over there as well.
Player.
Yeah, no. I mean, those two, Iturbide, Zulaika, and then you can throw a Mingarena there. The top three, this trio for the Chargers has gotten them off to such a great start this season, tied for first place, and they have a game day in hand compared to the Warriors and Fireballs. So the Chargers and Cyclones are really in a much better position than those two teams. 2-1 lead already. You know, Zulaika wins right here, and he'll secure another half a point for his team, and they'll be in solo first after tonight.
And that's the thing about Rotz. He just keeps coming and coming and coming at you.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He's going to need to do it here in set number 2. But singles play for Rotz this year, what I found most interesting is his winners, his points won and lost on winners. He's won 21 points, and he's only lost 14. So, I mean, Rotz being +7 in terms of winning shots, it's typically not his game. I mean, when he started his career in singles, he was more of the catch one more ball than your opponent strategy and didn't really throw a ton of shots. But give Rotz a lot of credit. He's developed that costado. He's been working hard at it. And now you see the type of player he is in singles. He's got so many options, such variety, and paired up with his defense, he is a tough out in every point. So we got the second set just about ready to begin here. Zulaika's out there. Rotz has got the serve, and he'll begin set 2.
Ready to begin our second set. Rotz has the serve for the doubles. Rotz serves. Our second set has begun. Fault over serve. Rebote 2-all.
Oh, goodness. What a 2-all that was.
Zulaika gets the first point of second set.
Well, pretty nasty here, and from the outside, it's kind of difficult to get the angle on this camera, but look at where it lands. low, just above the pad, and Aratz is about 10 feet from it as it hits the net. Oh, and an ace.
That's an ace by Zulaika. Zulaika with 2 points and the serve.
It really just plays into Zulaika's hand, this court. I mean, he got the bounce, he got the side wall, he's got the shots, he's got a rebote. He's really got the full package, and just showing us here. Another big bouncing serve, but Aratz has got this.
2-all by Zulaika, stopped by Aratz. Aratz's carom, stopped by Zulaika. Zulaika from the forehand to pass. Now go 3 walls. What a save by Aratz. Here's Zulaika. Sends it back. Aratz catches it in the air. Backhand to the inside. Zulaika's there, winding up. 2-all. Just lands wide. Aratz is on the board with a point and the serve.
Well, there's that fighting mentality from Aratz. I mean, he's diving all over the place, just surviving that point until he gets a miss from Zulaika. 2-wall sails just a bit wide and able to pick up his first point of set number 2.
Powerful backhand by Zulaika. Rebote. Rebote forehand. Scoop attempt tipped. Second point for Aratz. We're tied up 2-2. Aratz serves.
And that one leaves a higher scoop to his forehand. You know, when it's a quick bounce scoop, it's a little bit easier to handle, but kicking up that high, not only do you have to get the timing right, but you got to get the bounce right too. Not easy. And that ties it up 2-2. Aratz going for it. Big bounce.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Here's backhand by Zulaika. Zulaika on the catch. 2-all. Caught the top of the pad. A third point for Aratz. He serves.
And really all 3 of these points have been handed to Aratz. I mean, all pretty much off of unforced errors, and here he is jumping out to this lead. Don't need to give Aratz any extra points out there, and hasn't gotten the 2-all working yet in this second set.
Powerful backhand by Zulaika. Rebote. The inside. Zulaika on the catch. Costello 2-all. Lands out.
Yeah, we might be getting our first review here. Zulaika is asking over in the cage. And Zulaika, he just did the signal.
Zulaika's
That's
challenging
be
our first challenge of the season.
I think we're going to get our first ever challenge here at Jam Arena, Stu.
All right.
It took over a month. The one thing I'm going to say, and what we've talked about with this court, is we have a court and then we have the wood. It's pretty simple when the ball lands on the court because it makes a sound and it has a bounce. That one looked like it had sound and a proper bounce to land in, but
I told you about these.
I don't know. You know?
I told you about these beforehand. There are a couple spaces.
Oh, no, that's going to be in.
Yeah, that's going to be well in.
That's way in.
That's well in.
No, I mean, you could hear it. And I know what you're talking about, too,
Yes.
but that's probably a little bit even closer to the boundary. So that entire red line is actually on the wood. And that was a quick review. Chief Judge came back and said that it was good. So that's a third point now for Zulaika. Yeah, that was a
3-3. Zulaika serves.
great call. And look, that's why we have the review. Oh, and an ace follows.
The ace will score. That's a fourth point for Zulaika.
frankly, I was surprised it took him so long to review it. I mean, we really have never had one like that where it bounced normally and it was called out. So good on Iturbide and Zulaika communicating, getting the challenge in, and then, look, it's totally flipped this set. Arats would have went up 4-2, and now here they are, 4-3, Zulaika leads.
Arats on the wall, waiting for the ball. 2-all, stopped by Arats. Arats from the forehand, he plays it high, looking to pass. He does. Rebote by Zulaika. Catch by Arats. Drop shot. Zulaika gets there, flips it back. Arats on the run, looking to get the rebote. He will not. That's a 5th point for Zulaika and the Chargers. So this is possible set, possible match point for Zulaika. That's how Zulaika just flip it back.
Committed. That's great effort. You know, we always talk about the shot making and really all the other skills, but the defense too, as Zulaika, we rarely touch on it, but that was a great example. Read it perfectly, got there relatively easy, and got the point too. Now 3 chances if he needs to close out the match.
Excellent serve by Zulaika. Nice catch and return by Arats. Zulaika, that 2-all hit the pad. 4th point for Arats. Still possible match point for Zulaika. Arats has the serve.
Yeah, it's a very difficult 2-all. That time was a little more off balance. There wasn't as much pace coming off the back wall to kind of set the pace of the next shot. Would have been very difficult, and it came up short.
There's a backhand by Zulaika. Arats is there. Ball tipped. That is point, set, and match for Zulaika, taking it in straight sets, 6-5, 6-4.
And the 3rd win of the day for the Chargers. So they have secured half a point already. See if they can win the day coming up next. 2 matches left. First, Division 4 singles will bring out Benetrix and Julin. Now let's take a look at some replays there from match number 4. Zulaika, big singles win over Arats. See Zulaika taking a picture there. He sees Arats stepping up, so he goes high, knows he can get it over his head, and he does so. Two all there. Look at Zulaika. Great defense again, and then the carom to boot. Look at that. Perfect. Two all there. Gorgeous. I mean, when Zulaika's on, it really is beautiful. I mean, he's got great form. He's got great shots. I mean, we've said it a bunch, but there's really not a ton of weaknesses in his game.
None that I know of.
And look, you know, even if the shots aren't working, because we always get hung up on the shots, like he can do it in a variety of ways, like that rebote on the last point. I mean, rebote crossed the wall right at Aratz's feet, but another 2-all here in the replay. And that was the one that went to review. And that's underrated. I mean, you got to give Zulaika credit, too. I mean, he kind of felt like that was a weird call, and then he's like, yeah, let's take a look at it. And if that call stands, Arats goes up 4-2. Instead, it's 3-3. Zulaika gets the next point. He closes it out 6-4, and 3rd win of the day up there for the Chargers in the end. Zulaika is over in the cage. We'll hear from him in just a moment. See the practice ongoing there for Division 4 singles between Benetrix and Julin. Zulaika improving to 3-3 after that win. He is over in the cage. Let's hear from the team captain of the Chargers. Congratulations, Zulaika. Big win there, taking down Arats, securing half a point for your team. How have you felt out there in singles on this court throughout the season?
Irregular. I think I had ups and downs. Today, I feel better than other days. At the beginning, I was feeling good the first 2 games. Then I had a down. But hopefully now I feel better and looking forward, continue like this dynamic.
Yeah, and we had the first challenge ever at Jam Arena for you there. I mean, it's a point where if that stands, Araps goes up 4-2. Instead, it ties the match 3-3. How big of a momentum changer was that call for you to get that win in straight sets?
Yeah, it was a great clutch, right? From 4-2 to 3-3. Mentally, I think he affected both. I went upwards, he went downwards, and I think that was one of the keys.
Awesome, Zulek. A phenomenal play right there. And you got your team half a point. Good luck in the finale.
Thank you.
All right, Division 4 singles ready to go here. Benetrix will take on Julin. Benetrix 1-0 so far this season. Julin is 0-1. Last year when they met up, it was Benetrix that got the win in 3 sets. There's the serve. We begin. Match 5. Ace.
Begin with an ace. First point for Benetrix and the Devils. He serves.
Perfect high bounce serve there, trapping Julin in the corner.
There's a backhand by Julin. He goes wall to wall. Robote comes up the middle. Benetrix puts it inside. Julin to the inside. Fine catch. Robote 2-all. That lands wide. 1-1. Julin serves for the Chargers.
Now that's the one that looks like it kind of catches both, like the wood and the floor. It's got like a medium bounce, but a little bit of a wood sound to it when it hits the floor. Benetrix looking at his elbow here as he
Fall down Robote. We've seen elbows split open.
We've seen guys wear pads on it too at times in their career.
Yeah, so it doesn't split open. Here's the forehand by Julin with a soft touch. That hit the pad. Second point for Benetrix. He serves.
Hope he's okay. But quite the attempt by Julin there, and I like that. You know, Benetrix is way back. He's expecting him to fling a Robote into the backcourt. So, hey, it's a defensive play. Try to turn it into something. It would have scored if it hit, but really no harm in giving that one away.
Powerful backhand. Robote coming out. Carom by Julin, read by Benetrix. Benetrix from the wood, plays it high. He passes. Julin follows it, makes the save on the Robote. Well done. That ball dying. Benetrix makes the catch. Julin from the right side. High and hard to the front wall. Benetrix takes this on the left side. 2-all opens and scores. A third point for Benetrix, the Devils. He serves.
I mean, Benetrix shot that one from deep in the court. You love to see the confidence on that type of shot. You know, the one thing with Benetrix in doubles is costado rate is pretty low for a front quarter. And again, throwing that shot shows you that he's got a little bit of confidence, probably a little bit more in singles. What an ace.
Ball coming in low and hard to score. That's an ace. Fourth point for Benetrix. Julin from the right side. Looks to pass. Benetrix turns and saves the Robote. Julin moves in. Carom will score. That's 2 points for Julin. Chargers, he serves.
Yeah, of course, Benetrix, the intent there was to catch that ball in the air, which probably would have prevented Julin from moving up on it and throwing a shot. But it's a Robote. Julin moves up, over serve line. Not where you want to see your opponent catching it, throwing a shot. They can do a lot of damage up there, and Julin connects to get his second point.
Cortada served by a Julin. Retrieved by Benetrix.
Oh, got the screen.
That ball kicked up and hit the overhead screen. A fifth point for Benetrix in the first set. Possible set point.
Been pretty simple so far for Benetrix here, but got to stay focused and close out this set right here. An ace.
The ace. Point and set for Benetrix. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set.
Benetrix on fire in singles. Still perfect in his career in battle court. Take a look at this last serve. Yeah, up high, crossing the sidewall, perfectly done. Still undefeated. He is 6-0 in his battle court career coming into this singles match. Last year, he was undefeated at 5-0, defeating everyone in this group, including a 3-set win over Julian. In this season, you know, he's just kind of picked up right where he left off. The only player in singles, Stu, with 100% catch rate. Now, his attempts, he's only got 40 attempts, but he's caught all 40 balls that have come his way. Played Arta in his first singles match of the year, and you know how hot Arta was back about a month ago with the shots?
Ton of shots, yeah.
And Benetrix just kind of dominated, 6-2, 6-4 from the start, and actually outpacing Arta in terms of winners. And that's really, I mean, you look at the stats here, that's one of the weaknesses for Julian. I mean, he's only converted on one winning shot in singles, and he's given up 8 from his opponents. I mean, that's -7 in one category, and that's pretty significant. Julian also kind of dealing with some unforced errors, too. He's thrown 4 out of play, and it's only converted 1 for him. So that's a lot of unforced errors, not a lot of shots, and that's not the combination you like to see in singles. Benetrix, though, a very difficult opponent. Iturbide trying to hang on and give him some life here in set 2. Julian will have the serve to begin our second set here. The Devils need this one to stay in the game day, though, and potentially get some points. If the Devils win this, that would be Benetrix winning one of these next 2 sets. Then Echeverry and Arats will have a chance against Zulaika and Amigarena. The best case scenario for the Devils would be to win that one and end it in a 3-3 tie. Set 2, ready to begin. And Julian's got that serve.
Julian serves. Our second set has begun. Here's the backhand by Benetrix, wall-to-wall from the left side. Rotate forehand to the outside by Julian. Catch by Benetrix. Karen by Benetrix. Does not open. Julian makes the catch. Robote on the wall. Difficult play. Just goes off the tip of Julian Sesta. First point of the second set goes to Benetrix, the Devils. He serves.
Yeah, and that was not a great Karen by Benetrix. I was just surprised that Julian did so little with the return. I mean, he's got a forehand to the inside, but Benetrix able to catch it and then convert on the point less than 2 throws later. I mean, that's quite the turnaround, and one that Julian held a pretty good advantage. Oh, it's a nasty serve, too.
Cortada serves. All right, Benetrix scores on the second bounce. That's 2 points for Benetrix. Yeah, that's...
Working way to the outside of the court there.
That's the
almost like a carambola serve, huh? We saw the
no,
Costado carambola, and now we got the carambola serves, too. Yeah. It's over.
There's the backhand by Julian. Benetrix was committing in the back, comes out to make the rebote with control. Big bounce. Julian from the 7 line. Rebote saved by Benetrix. Julian at ball, stopped. Mid-flight, Julian tried to move up on it. A 3rd point for Benetrix. The Devils, he serves.
Boy, some of these balls just float after the first bounce and don't move forward. See how much wrist he throws that with? This ball's got a lot of spin as it touches the floor, and right there it just goes vertical and doesn't really move forward. I get, you know, even practicing out there, that's happened a couple times. It's frustrating. I can only imagine out there in the game.
There's a backhand by Julian. Benetrix is there. Gustavo. Stop by Julian. Karen by Julian. Scores. Julian gets the point and the serve for the Chargers.
I mean, really, Benetrix has won every point where Julian's been to the inside of the court here and in these longer rallies, so it probably not the best shot to throw here, especially right off the jump. I mean, that's deep in the backcourt, very hard to throw, and then Julian able to convert on the next throw.
Hard serve. Excellent catch and return by Benetrix. Julian, forehand rebote. Caught by Benetrix. Here's the backhand to the corner. Rotate forehand. Julian looks for the rebote. He's at the 6th line. He passes. Rebote 2-all or a rifle. Stopped on the left side of Julian. 2-all by Julian is out. 4th point for Benetrix. Of the Devils, he serves.
Such a shame. I mean, a great catch by Julian outside just to keep that ball in his basket, but the costado just explodes off the front wall when you throw it that far to the outside. We saw it with Benny kind of earlier today where it just looked like there's no way it would have kicked out of play, and the same thing for Julian. That almost hit the ref.
Excellent catch by Julian. Hard backhand follows. Benetrix placement inside will score. 5 points for Benetrix of the Devils. Possible set, possible match point.
And I like that shot selection, too. Number one, he hasn't thrown this costado inside all match. You see how Julian's committing to the 2-wall? He takes a couple steps out there. He's a little late to get back in and just complicates that next catch a little bit more. And even if Julian does catch it, not a ton of risk there, and that's the match.
That's an ace. Point and a straight set victory for Benetrix, taking it 6-2, 6-1.
Take a look at this serve. What a bullet coming in, crossing high. Ends the match in Benetrix's favor, 6-2, 6-1. The Devils have a chance to tie the game day. Up next with the finale, Echeverry and Arats will take on Zulaika and Amigarena. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Joe Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Joe Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one. Game day score reflecting that win by Benetrix, the Devils' second of the day. So they got a shot here at half a point. They need a win in this final match. Division 1 doubles. Looks like Benetrix is over in the cage, ready to go after that win. Let's hear from him. Congratulations, Benetrix. Second win in singles this year, now 2-0. How are you feeling now after your second match out on this court?
Honestly, I feel very confident in this court, in single. Because I think it's very physically it's very tough, so I think it's better for my game. But I need to improve and to have the team to go on the playoff.
Yeah, and Julian has been a tough opponent in this 4th division for quite a while. He got the better of him last year, but what was the strategy or what were you trying to do against him to try to limit his opportunities with the right side?
Honestly, like the same strategy like when you play in single against backcourt. You know, you try to make the rebote and like to not trying stuff, you know, trying to kill shot and everything. Just be patient, and when you get the good one, to try to finish the point.
Awesome, Benetrix. Well, you did just that. Second win, and you got your team a chance in this last match. Good luck.
Thank you.
Division 1 doubles will close out the day. That'll bring out Echeverry and Arats for the Devils and Zulaika and Amigarena for the Chargers. Echeverry and Arats slow start this season. That team is just 1-4. Zulaika and Amigarena on a bit of a tear. Just so well balanced between these two players. This team 4-1. These two teams did match up earlier in the season, and Zulaika and Amigarena were the winners in 3 sets. If that were to hold true again, the Chargers would win the game day, but if the Devils will take it, game day will end in a 3-3 tie. Folks, don't forget, we're open to the public tomorrow night, so if you want to come down here and watch the action live, you can do it. 7 p.m. start time, doors open 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Still, match number 6.
We're ready to begin our final match of the game day. Echeverry has the serve for the Devils. Echeverry serves, we begin. Migurena powerfully to the inside. Rebote. Rebote with a big bounce. Brought down by Migurena. Rotz calls for the catch. Backhand from the 8. Migurena on the catch. Here's the backhand from deep in the back court. Rotz at the back wall. We'll play it from the forehand. Rebote forehand fired, staying in play. Here's Zulaika, not able to make the rebote save. First point for Etcheberry and Rotz at the Devils.
Now, typically, I would say Zulaika was a little late to react, but in that case, I felt the same way as him. I thought there was no way that ball wasn't going to touch the overhead screen. I mean, that was riding the net the whole way, never touched. And then when it hit the floor, just exploded and bounced over his head.
Migurena on the backhand to the inside. Rotz is there. Migurena powerfully from the backhand. Rotz now on the left side to the inside. Zulaika moves to the 7 line, plays it from the left side. Rotz takes it at the back wall. Rotate forehand. Rotz now from the 10 line, back to the inside. Migurena pulls that off the wall. Catch on the forehand of Rotz. Zulaika on the left side, backhand from the 7. He goes wall to wall from the left side. Rebote coming for Etcheberry. Etcheberry trying to pass. He does not. Zulaika catches it, sends it back, and out to the rebote. Etcheberry gets in place. Big bounce. Migurena didn't look ready, but he got it.
Yeah, that was floating.
Rotz from the forehand, powerfully thrown. Migurena's there. Big backhand by Migurena. Rebote caught in the air. Rotz now from the 10 line to the inside. Rebote coming out. Rebote at the wall. Played by Migurena. Costado 2-all.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Left hand had contact with the screen. It's a point for Etcheberry and Rotz. Etcheberry serves. There's a backhand by Rotz. Played deep, and Migurena's there. Migurena from deep in the backcourt. I mean, Andrew, everyone was surprised on that one. That's a point for Zulaika and Migurena. Zulaika serves. I mean, to see in the middle of a point, a volley, a backcourter, just wind up a coastie at the 9.5 line and throw it. One, you hope he's throwing it high enough to miss everyone's head. Migraina's pretty tall, Zuleika, so that's the first thing you hope for. Landed in. Yeah, that was bold by Rotz.
Yeah, and he got it off quick, too. It was just maybe catching him out of position. Oh, as he tips the serve.
That ball is tipped off the serve. We're tied up 2-2.
Look, you look at some of the stats, though, for Etcheberry. It's an interesting case because you look at, like, catch rate, right? He's 11th. I mean, 96%, you say that's pretty good, but then you go down to, like, the kills, some of the more relevant front court stats, and he's just way down there in terms of rate, in terms of total kills, and really everything you like to see with those players, especially at the Division I level.
There's a backhand by Rotz to the inside. Lower and harder. Migraina's there. Ball tipped in the backcourt. A third point for Zuleika and Migraina, the Chargers. Zuleika serves.
One of the most balanced teams in all battle court in Zuleika and Migraina, but Migraina is going to play a bunch of balls here in the backcourt. I mean, over 62%. Zuleika is going to make the most of his touches up there in the front court, but he's not going to get overly involved if he doesn't have to.
2-all is stopped. The Cortada return by Zuleika will score. A 4-point for Zuleika. And Migraina, Zuleika serves.
Yeah, another one, huh?
Yeah, you don't want to get too cute with it because you got Zuleika's forehand out there, and I certainly don't mean to take anything away from Rotz with, by calling it cute, but you want to pick it out at the right time.
Right. I mean, you already scored one from the backcourt. That's probably one more than you were expecting coming in. So, to your point.
Beautiful catch by Rotz at the back wall. Here's Migraina. Etcheberry lines up for the rebote, fires it inside. Migraina. Beautiful catch on the backhand. Rotz is there. Difficult rebote save. That ball was on the wall the whole way. Floater picked up in the backcourt by Rotz.
Oh, tough.
Rotz on the bounce, sends it deep. Migraina behind the 10. Etcheberry with a hop has a tip ball. A 5th point for Zuleika and Migraina. Possible set point.
Yeah,
Etcheberry was playing deep. I guess he got a sense. I'm thinking that he got a sense of how deep he was placing and also that he's got a Rats back there. No reason to be jumping when you got a Rats back there. Just communicate.
Line overhead with a Rats back there. I mean, maybe Division 5, but Division 1, you rarely see that.
Etcheberry picks the serve, rifles the split placement, it scores. A 3rd point for the Devils. Etcheberry and Rotz. Etcheberry serves.
And frankly, this is a break. I mean, look at the Philo's supposed to go to the outside, and that's right to Zuleika's basket. Coming in fast, coming in low, not the easiest catch in the world, but and they're very fortunate to escape.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Migraina powerfully from the backcourt. Rebote coming out. Etcheberry on the rebote. Migraina scoops it up. Backhand. To the inside. Caught by Rotz. Here's the backhand from the 9 line. Goes to the corner. Out to the rebote. Zuleika's there. Rotz on the catch. Backhand from the 8. Catch by Etcheberry. He blasts it low and hard. Migraina from the 8 line. Rotz in the corner. What juggling ruled on the catch of Rotz. That is point and set for Zuleika and Migraina. It's so difficult to catch the ball without any room because you got to remember that whole concept that I talked to you about several years ago. It's like if you had a 2x4 in your hand,
yes,
and I threw you the ball, and I said stop it, what would you do? You'd obviously cradle it. You'd obviously a lot of give,
of course.
And when you're in the corner, or you're against the back wall. In many cases, when you're against the side wall, there's no room to cradle it. It's basically a ball moving fast into a fixed wicker basket. There's no give, no way to stop it. That's why I'm so impressed by these corner catches that we see so many of here.
Yeah, no, you're spot on with that. And Rotz in particular, I mean, he does it more than anybody. I mean, these top-level players are just tremendous across the board. And, you know, it's been a little bit of a struggle for Echeverry and Rotz. And, you know, not a huge excuse, guys, do and this and that. But it's also important to, like, keep in mind, like, the actual ranks of these players, too. And for Echeverry, he's a Division III level front quarter playing with a Division I level back, right? Look at the other number 1 doubles teams. You're playing Zuleika, who's number 1 ranked. You're playing Arutia, who's a 2. You're playing against Douglas, who's a 1. Gosheri, who's
see
a
it
1.
as an excuse. I see that as an explanation, because the truth of the matter is
Right.
that you know how some of these, how these divisions are set. They're set by a draft, which is not necessarily, you know, sometimes you're drafting because you need a front quarter.
Right.
He may not be the best front quarter. He may be the best front quarter.
Right. And to that point, Stu, like this Devils team, the way they were constructed, like they went back quarter early, so the first time they got to pick a front quarter was in Division III. You're having Echeverry playing against number 1 level front quarters, and if not, those 2 level front, like Arutia, Alex, Goenaga, like Iturbide, that group also, and I left out somebody, and I apologize to that individual because I only named 4, but that's not an easy group.
You could throw Douglas
he's the
there.
only guy, to the point, Echeverry's the only guy at his level playing this high division of doubles, and that means something at some
Absolutely, it's a good
level,
point.
because these guys are just like across the board, these number 1s. So we'll see here what they got in set 2. Really need to pick it up for the Devils.
Fault over serve. We begin the second set with an over serve. Second serve must be good.
But you just want to be like realistic with the expectations are the thief of joy. That's what they always say. If you're expecting this
You
team
have
to
the
go out
best
there and
quotes
go
sometimes,
8
you really
2,
do.
you're probably not going to be all too happy. I mean, you got to be realistic and think it's like, all right, if they get 3-4 wins, that's probably a good season. They already got 1 and 4. See if they can add another here in a big comeback.
Behind backhand. Here's forehand rebote by Zuleika. Aratz calls for it. He makes the catch. Powerful backhand throw by Amigarena. Rebote for Zuleika. Dying. He makes the save. Beautiful catch by Echeverry. He followed that from the front wall to the side wall and into his cesta. Aratz tip ball in the backcourt. First point, the second set goes to Zuleika and Amigarena.
And again, I think if your front court is struggling a little bit too, that kind of takes a lot out of the back court. I mean, Aratz knows he can make catch after catch after catch, but he's thinking too, like, where's the offense going to come from? How are we going to get 6 before the opponent? Probably not likely that this team, Zuleika and Amigarena, is going to drop 6, so you need to score. And maybe that's why we saw such aggressive play from Aratz in the first set.
Here's the backhand by Amigarena. Aratz on the left side, up the middle. Rebote. Rebote forehand by Zuleika. Caught by Echeverry. Aratz on the forehand from the 9 line. Amigarena moves in, takes it off the sidewall. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand over the top. What a catch by Amigarena. Powerful backhand follows. That Rebote just takes off and hits the overhead screen. That's out of play. 2 points for Zuleika. And Amigarena, Zuleika serves.
And that, yeah, these Rebotes too have kind of been troubling Echeverry. A lot of escaped and kicked up and out of play. I mean, looking at the stats here, I mean, yeah, they've only won 1 point on the screen, given away 3. Not what you like to see. The unforced errors.
Aratz moves to the inside to make the catch. Zuleika's there. Backhand. To the corner. Aratz comes out on the left side. Amigarena from the 10 line. Rebote stays to the inside. On the wall, and so is Amigarena. Aratz now, backhand from the 9. Ball tipped in the backcourt. A third point for Zulaika and Amigarena of the Chargers. Zulaika serve.
I said it a bunch today, but what a rebote that was by Zulaika. I mean, it's on a line to the sidewall, crossing at about the 8 line, and right where Aratz is trying to pick it off the numbers. I mean, the precision here. I mean, look at this. Rebote to the inside. How about this catch first by Amigarena, just ripping one off the wall. Chargers are really happy to have him. He stepped up into that #1 backcourt level here with the Chargers, catching above 96%. He's top 5.
Rebote forehand by Etcheberry. Two-all Rebote. Read and stopped by Zulaika. Cortada by Zulaika. Will score on the return. 4 points for Zulaika and Amigarena. Here in our second set. Zulaika serves.
And then, you know, you're shooting a shot very early in the point. Look at where Zulaika's catching that. I mean, it's barely on the wood. You know, it just felt like he had to throw a 2-all there to just, for 2-all's sake, you know, just throw it, make the opponent think you're going to do something. But again, that really never was a threat to score at any point.
Aratz from the outside. Low hard backhand. Amigarena powerfully. To the back wall. Rebote coming out. Etcheberry's on it. Powerful, powerful backhand by Amigarena. Rebote to the left side of Etcheberry. Little clip off the side wall. Low runner to the inside. Oh, what a scoop by Aratz at the 10 line.
What a backhand.
Amigarena advances to make that catch in the air. Etcheberry now from the 7. Zulaika calls for it. Puts it inside. Etcheberry all over it. Drop shot dropped into the pad. 5th point for Zulaika and Amigarena. This is a possible set, possible match point. I mean, he hit the sidewall at the right height, just not the front wall.
Yeah, it's going there. Probably kills a little bit of the speed, but look, I mean, it's hard to score the drop shot in doubles at this level, too, because all the defense from all these top players is so strong. Under a lot of pressure to throw it. You don't want Zulaika to pick it and then throw one back at you. And it just hasn't been their day. 1 point away from closing this one out, giving the Chargers the game day win.
It's a powerful backhand by Aratz. It passes. Rebote dropping. Saved. That's in play.
Oh, got one.
Cortada by Etcheberry scores. There'll be no shutout in the second set. Etcheberry and Aratz have a point and the serve.
All right, well, we've seen 5-0 comebacks what was that, yesterday? Yeah, so it can happen, folks.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good.
It's a little dangerous, too. He's got a couple double faults this season, 2 of them already, but this one's got to go in.
Here's the backhand by Amigarena. Rebote coming out. Rebote left side. Zulaika has it. Lines up. Drop shot. Scores on the second bounce. Point, set, and match. And the game day. Zulaika and Amigarena take it in straight sets, 6-3, 6-1.
Big day there for the Chargers, taking down the Devils 4-2. Chargers move back up into solo first place. We'll hear from Zulaika and Amigarena just a few moments over in the cage.
Real money games are live in Florida.
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 Real money games powered by Pass Motor Racing are now live in Florida. Only on Hard Rock Bet. All you need is $1 to start. Win money your first 24 hours or get a games bonus back up to $100.
Real money
game day score there. 4-2 win. The Chargers taking down the Devils. Again, heavy singles day today. Chargers took advantage, and then Zuleika and Amigarena able to close it out in doubles to pick up that full point. We're over in the cage with our winners here, Zuleika and Amigarena. Hold on, folks. There we go. Over in the cage. We're ready to go after that win. Congratulations, both Zuleika and Amigarena. 4 wins in a row. You guys seem to be rolling. What's been the key to this great win streak for this team?
Confidence. I think when we play each other, we play confidently. We believe in each other. He's a catching machine. I think he only missed one ball, and I was an unforced. So it's a pleasure. I feel comfortable. I have the opportunity to finish in the front, so everything goes smoothly so far.
Awesome, guys. What a great performance. 4-2 day, you take down the Devils. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at those standings here. The Chargers are going to find themselves back up at the top there. 3 wins, 1 loss, and 4 ties. Good enough for 5 points and first place. Then a 3-way tie now between the Warriors, Cyclones, and Fireballs, and then the Devils and Renegades on the outside looking in there for the playoffs. That's going to do it for us tonight. Don't forget, Friday Night Highlight live here at Jam Arena beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see you here live. Take care, everybody.